Hello again, everybody. Dolphin Oracle here, DO. We are back with our Antix desktop. If you're following in the sequence of videos, we have now installed Antix in a dual boot configuration, and then now we have also set up the menu.list file so that our Windows partition is accessible from the boot menu due to a bug in the grub installation routines. If you notice, so far we have not touched the command line. So for you lightweight Linux users out there, it is possible to operate Antix mostly not from the command line. I'm not going to say you're never going to hit the command line, but so far we haven't used it. Let's see how long we can keep the streak up. Right now, we should be, if you're using a laptop or a device with wireless, you probably need to set up your wireless settings. Let's go down to session, not session, it's network. Network, there we go. And we're going to see some utilities here. We've got network interfaces with CNI. This is great if you don't move around all that much. I move around a lot, and I find wicd easier for me to use. CNI is mostly command. It's not command line driven, but it is a terminal application. Very nice program, very stable. You got some stuff here for configuring dial-up connections, and well, I hope if you know what that, if you need it, I hope you know what that is. And also for configuring a firewall. Now, I will say the firewall is not turned on by default, and this is the interface for the UFW, the so-called uncomplicated firewall. You might want to research a little bit before you turn that on, if you so choose to do so. Now, but for our wireless connection that we're interested in, we're going to go with wicd. Maybe it's wicd, maybe it's wicd. I've heard it pronounced both ways. I'm going to call it wicd for the purposes of this video. Let's click on this, and you're probably going to see, okay, I'm hooked up via wire, so you're going to see the wired network profile. wicd will handle the wired networks just fine. What you're not going to see is any wireless networks. And even if I hit and sometimes you just need to hit refresh, but you're not going to get it on the first try, because wicd by default, and we'll look here in this little arrow here to the side and click on preferences, you'll see what I mean. It doesn't know where your wireless interface is by default. So we need to find out where our wireless interface is. You can do that from the command line, but just because I'm trying to keep up a streak, we're going to go click down here to hardware on the control center and hit system information. This is going to generate a report of what is on our system. And we're going to come down here, we're going to scroll down to network and interfaces. And it's going to give us a list of our interfaces. And we got nice little icons to help us out. Now I've got a WiMAX interface in this laptop. There's no WiMAX in my area, so it's completely worthless. But that's what this is. It's WiMAX. ETH0, that's our Ethernet. That's my wired connection. You can see it right here in the wired interface. LO is a loopback. That is something for the system. And then an antenna and wireless LAN 0, WLAN 0. Yours will probably be WLAN 0. We've seen other configurations where it might be ATH 0, ATH 0, or RA 0 if you're using an old RayLink adapter. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to be WLAN 0. Anyway, this will tell you what it is. So we can type WLAN 0 in the interface and click OK. And we don't need that anymore. And let's go back to our window. Once you've done that, you want to click refresh. And I don't know if it will find any. Yes, it will. I wasn't sure if it would find them with me still hooked up to the wireless network. Here are the wireless networks in my area, as long as connection strength. I'm actually a long way away from my access point at the moment, so that's why my signal strength dropped so far. When you configure your network before you connect, it will be good to come over into this page and put in your network key, and this will, if you have whatever security protocol you're using. Type mine in here. Whoops, I mistyped it. Okay, so, and I'm going to click, I'm going to leave that not checked right now for automatically connect since I'm hooked up to the wired. But if you If you click that, it will automatically connect it, boot up with your properties. So that is setting up your connection with wicd. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to show with wicd. Whoops, I have left it open. It will leave the icon open. All you have to do is single click on it. There's one other area in preferences that may be of use to you. You can set up a DNS server to use no matter how you are connected. So it'll override the settings that your router or access point is providing to you. And I actually have to do this at my house on the wireless side for some reason. I don't really know why. It has something to do with my strange connection between the home and the home office. My network setup's not your average home network. But these are actually Google servers. They're provided free of charge. And honestly, I find them a little bit faster than the service provider in my home area. So I'm going to plug those in. And on my home network, you want to check. If you do that, you want to check use static and then use global, and it'll use the global settings. Okay, so I'm going to close this down. And there's one other area that people a lot of times have an issue with is, can I get that icon to show up down in the corner automatically and at boot up? And the answer is, of course you can. This is Linux. It's amazingly configurable, and we can do that by going in. If you're using the icewm window manager, which is what we have running right now, you want to go to Edit icewm Settings, and this is going to bring up Genie again, our text editor. And you will see menu. We'll go over some of these things later. Toolbar settings, startup settings. This is what you're looking for. And you're going to look for the line that says #wicd. And all you have to do is release that hash mark. Click Save. And when you log out and log back in, the icon will be down there in the corner. Now you don't need the icon is just an interface. The wicd daemon is running in the background, and it will connect to boot up. Whether the icon is running in the corner or not. But if you're like me, you like to see some visual indication that you are up and running. So, questions, post them in the comments or hit antix.freeforums.org and leave a post. You can find me there as Dolphin Oracle, but leave a general post and the guys will get to you. They're very friendly and very knowledgeable, and you'll get almost direct access to the main developers of the process. Antix.freeforums.org. You can also check out tips and tricks and how-tos at antix.mepis.org. Have a great day.